Willie D Live.
What's up, family? This is 34-year-old Nicario Comer. Nicario is not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Nicario was pulled over for a license plate infraction in Key West, Florida. He was put in the back seat of a squad car. While in that car, he and his ESCORT girlfriend, or date, or whatever, mate, whatever, they were arguing about who's taking the charges. And at some point, Nicario thought it was a good idea to dig into his crotch area and pull out some drugs and toss them in the area of the escort. At that point, they're both yelling to the officers outside of the car, standing outside of the car, that, hey, he just threw some drugs at me. And he's like, hey, she got drugs. He actually threw the drugs in her area and started screaming to the police that she got drugs. Okay. You don't have to be a drug dealer or a distributor or whatever Nicario was doing with the drugs. You don't have to be any of that. But if you ever find yourself in the back seat of a cop car, just know anything you say or do can and will be held against you in a court of law. They will use it against you in the court of law. You are being filmed. You are being recorded. If you find your way inside of the building where they keep prisoners and you are on the telephone, you are being recorded. Your actions are being recorded. Your voice is being recorded. Remember that. Now let's get back to this relationship that these two have. Did I mention she called him the N-word? Not once. Twice. Apparently, dude hired old girl for some sex. And he asked her to hold the drugs for him in her purse. So when they got popped, he's like, I ain't got nothing. But they find the drugs inside of her purse. So now they're arguing. They're in the back seat of the cop car arguing about who's going to take the case. And neither one of them is saying, hey, it ain't mine. She's saying, it ain't mine. Oh, it's yours. And then she hit him with, oh yeah, by the way, all those conversations we were having on the phone, they were recorded. My phone is tapped. What am I trying to get to here? What I'm trying to say is, fam, I cannot knock your hustle. Whatever your hustle is, I cannot knock it. But if you are selling drugs in the year 2025, our Lord, in the United States of America, you are perhaps one of the biggest fools in the history of civilization. I'm not saying you should do something dirty. I think the shortcut is the work. I've tried the other stuff. It really don't work out in the long run. Get some results on the short end, but the long end, nah, it don't work out. So I find that the work is the shortcut. Everybody wants the shortcut. The work is the shortcut. But you can't tell somebody that who ain't got it right now. If they ain't got no money right now and somebody come up with a hustle, a quick lick, all that sound good when you ain't got no money. But anyway, if you're selling drugs in 2025 in the United States of America, you got to be one of the biggest fools, because there are so many other ways to make money. First of all, legally, and have it, and where you ain't got to watch your back, you ain't got to worry about those knocks at the doors. You ain't got to worry about all the options. You ain't got to worry about your own people trying to set you up to rob you, perhaps kill you. You ain't got to worry about none of that. Well, sometimes depending on what kind of characters you're hanging around, you might have to worry about it, even if you got a square job, because there are people out there that will kill you to get $100, $50, you know? You know how that go, fam. But yeah, there are so many other hustles. Now, illegal hustles. There are so many illegal hustles out there that don't come with all of the risk associated with selling drugs, being in the dope game. I ain't finna name because they might try to say I talked somebody into something and they did it because I said, no, I'm not gonna tell you, but man, if you're trying to do it, and I would advise you not to do it at all, right? Not to do it at all. But if you're gonna do it, there's so many other things that you can do where you can mitigate your risk of going to jail for a gang of years or getting your head knocked off. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Every single time I see a dude jumping off the porch, messing with drugs, I'm like, when will they learn? The true part about it, fam, is that every dude who jump off the porch and do it, they think somehow all they got to do is this, that, and the third, and they are going to somehow escape the long hands of Johnny Law. They're going to do what millions and millions of people have not been able to do. I just don't like those odds. I don't like the odds. The retirement plan sucks. I don't like the odds at all. I do not like those odds. I do not like the idea that when you get popped, you pretty much are the bottom of the barrel if you're in there for drugs. You know, just like people pick and choose what is a harsh crime to them in the free world, most people don't see being a drug dealer as something really, really horrible. Well, I don't know if most people, but many people, let's put it like that. Many people don't see being a drug dealer as something very, really horrible. Like, oh, you're a drug dealer, can't be around. Oh, I don't want nothing to do with drugs. You know, it's a lot of people who have relationships and associations with drug dealers. But they are, when you go into the system though, the system is designed to look down on drug dealers. The system is designed to say, oh, he did what? Drugs? Oh yeah, let's get him. And I do not understand, I guess I do understand to an extent why they're so hard on drug dealers. But there are so many other things that go on in society, so many other crimes that are committed that really, that also hurt people, that damage people's lives, that destroy people's lives, that they do not go hard on. And I ain't got to name them. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I suspect that anytime a judge gives a defendant a slap on the wrist for a particularly egregious crime, it's because the judge can relate. But what say you? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.